Here are the top 10 head coaches with the hottest seats headed into this college football season. At number 10, I've got Mike Norvell. I would have called you crazy if you said he was anywhere near the hot seat before last season happened. And then it was basically the worst imaginable scenario. It feels like it diminished all of the goodwill from the undefeated regular season. They need to see results this year. They need to see positivity and signs that Florida State is close to getting back in contention mode. At number 9, I've got Brent Brennan. It's pretty rare to see a head coach in just his second season on a list like this, but Brent Brennan last year inherited a roster that was a top 10 team and returned a ton of production from the year prior, and it was a complete disaster. Things did not work out, and so it does feel like at Tucson, he's got a pretty short leash right now. Brent Venables has had 2 losing seasons in his first 3 years at Oklahoma. I think it's safe to say that if he has another losing season, he's probably fired. They need to see a ton of signs of improvement, and you're not asking him to win like 9 or 10 games, but you're asking them to look kind of like how Florida looked last season, where you finish the year strong and there's positive signs, and you can see a direction this is building, and that's positive. Tony Elliott's situation in Virginia this year is pretty cut and dry. He's gone 3 years and missed a bowl game in all 3 years. This year, he needs to make a bowl game, or he's going to get canned. I know I said it was rare, but we got another second-year head coach on here in Jay Sovol. He's a guy that took over a ready-made roster that had a ton of production and seemed ready to win 8 games in the Mountain West, and it was a disaster. They looked non-competitive, even with a lot of the same staff. It didn't make a lot of sense. They need to have serious signs of improvement, especially because they returned a good amount of production again. So there's no excuses for Jay Sovol this year, and if it's bad, you get the feeling it will never be good under Jay Sovol. He'll probably get fired. Hugh Freeze is pretty firmly on the hot seat this year. I don't think there's any disputing that. He's recruited at a high level, but a lot of Auburn's deficiencies so far have been A, not winning, and then a lot of the things that you chalk up to not very good coaching, like penalties, mistakes, turnovers, inconsistency. That's all happened for Auburn. He's had excuses, but it's year 3. You are out of excuses as a head coach of a power conference program. Sam Pittman was on the chopping block last year, and then it felt like he did just enough to justify giving him another year, improving the offense by hiring Petrino, making a bowl game, winning a bowl game. Can they take another positive step this year? And if they don't, I don't know, he could be fired. There's a lot that's gone wrong for Luke Fickell at Wisconsin. He ends Wisconsin's long bowl streak. They've just been mediocre. Things have not clicked. The schematic change he's attempted has not worked. If he does not make a bowl game this year, which is very likely given their schedule, I absolutely believe he will be fired. I personally think Mike Locksley deserves the benefit of the doubt for what he's done for Maryland football, but after a really ugly 4-8 year that involved just one conference win, if they have another year similar to that this year, it feels like his days could be numbered as the head coach of Maryland. Number 1 is Trent Dilfer. I'm shocked they gave him another year. This is a program that was winning conference titles, competing for conference titles, winning bowl games, and they're now the laughingstock of the American Conference. So it's really bad. Dilfer, I do not think is going to turn around. I'm pretty confident he will be fired this season.